Hi Aries, good morning. Welcome into your video. Okay. Ooh, let's see. First week of June. What's going on with you guys? What's your situation? So what's the situation for my beautiful Aries? First week of June. Like running out of breath. I'm running up and down the stairs. Yeah, what am I vibing for you guys? Kind of that. All right, we have the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom. Wow, and the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so before the feelings I was getting for Aries first week of June, we're starting to, go into that existence that we have Saturn, residing into Aries. But you also do have some luck behind you. All right, so it's not just like all, poo-poo, like with Saturn coming in being your teacher. It's coming in a good way, right? It's coming in a way where it's like remapping the way your brain thinks and it's shifting, like how you're going to be more financially savvy, how you're going to start saving, how you're going to ground yourself, how you're going to strategize in life, how you're going to strategize in a relationship or a job or coworkers. Learning to, walk yourselves off the ledge, giving yourselves 24 hours before you lose your shit on someone, things like that. So it can help you benefit, right? Because this is part of the natural course of 2025. Because like I said, in the beginning of the year, by 2026, you're going to be different people, right? With different lives. A lot of you right now are shifting as we speak. So in the next few months, over this period up until September, you're going to be doing a lot of course correcting. And these two cards are the epitome of that, okay? But this can come in many, many different shapes and forms and sizes for all of you Aries. The Wheel of Fortune talks about three fates working on your behalf to change your life. This is it. This is the axis of the year where you're going from one side to the other. You're relinquishing and shifting and letting go the old Aries, right? And the old life and the old friends and the old lovers and the old jobs and the old bullshit, right? That's going out the window. A lot of you, for a huge part of your lives between last year and this year, you've been lone wolves anyway. Not a typical Aries type of thing. But through that era, between 24 and 25, being like a lone wolf that you were, it was your mind trying to understand why you're shifting, why you're changing. And now with these two cards here, it's showing me where we are at, this part of the journey of your lives. See, at the bottom of the deck, you have the High Priestess. This is you being that lone wolf. This is you being quiet because you're using your intuition. You're being intuitively intellectual. You're also being quiet in the sense that you're not talking to somebody. You're not talking to an ex-best friend or a friend. You're not talking to that lover. You're not talking to that coworker. There's so much you want to say, but you're not saying because you feel like it's all evident. It is what it is. So what's the point in talking? That's what the High Priestess is like. She sits in her throne and she sits in her chair. And she's like, really? We have to have a conversation? It's so obvious, right? But with the Wheel of Fortune, this is the universe doing this to you. It's shifting things. Now, if I was to bring it down into detail, nuance, this is like an old lover coming back. This is like an old job, an old situation or a circumstance trying to wrap it up, right? Close a cycle and begin a new one. So it's almost like a test too. It's like the universe is testing you if you're going to repeat a pattern, if you're going to repeat a cycle. They don't want you to because of all the new shit that's coming your way, Aries. Now let's continue because that's like a lot to unpack, to be honest with you. What's coming towards my Aries first week of June, please? Hello, newness. And I love this cup. I love this card and I love this cup because it's an Ace of Cups. But let's see. Let's see if anything else can pop. Oh, hello. Oh my goodness. For the first time ever, thank God, let's do our cross. You guys are getting awesome cards. Ace of Cups, a fresh new start in love. I'm going to break them down card by card, and then I'm going to tell you what it's like when they're all merged together. The World, end of a cycle. this is the third major arcana. The fourth is at the bottom of the deck, which is the Sun, the happiest card in the deck. And then we have the King of Pentacles, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus energy. They do not need to be an earth sign. However, they're represented by somebody that shows you stability, has their shit together, has their things in check. And you know what? With Saturn falling into Aries, those influences are impacting you. So you're being attracted by people like this right now. Somebody who has their shit together. Somebody who could, show you the right way. They might be a little boring, but, they're okay for right now. But you have to learn to process and understand that too, that they're okay for right now. All right? Because you're having a fresh new start in love, possibly with an earth sign, or this has culminated either to a end of a chapter and you're going on to the next one, or this is it. You're wrapping up an old cycle and getting into a new one. We'll see when we clarify. I do see you stupid happy. I need people to understand what's the point in life. We all question these things like, why are we here? What's our point? What's our journey? What's this and that? Does it really matter? The most important thing that matters is this. You being happy, the Sun. Because when you're in this state of affairs, being happy, the Sun, everything aligns. Everything falls into place. Even if it's a shitty circumstance. You're so happy you don't care. You're like, that's all right. It's fine. Like something else will pop up. It's one of those things that I always feel like after I meditate, right? Being so happy, so like easy-go-lucky, it don't matter. This is the point in life, the Sun. All right, so let's continue and see what Aries don't see coming their way. What's the surprise? What are they not expecting? You usually can sense what's coming down the pike. Let's see if something else will pop up when you don't expect it. Well, I do see the Three of Cups. I see you celebrating something. I see some good news. This is a promotion. This is reconciliation. This is going out and celebrating some kind of good news with your friends. But here's the caveat or the interesting aspect of it. See, at the bottom of the deck, you do have the Five of Cups, and under that is Judgment, and then the Sun is again. See, you are being elevated or you are moving on to something bigger, better, nicer, happier, whatever. But it's tied to guilt. Maybe some regret. Maybe you feel bad. I need you guys to understand, if we're talking about where you are getting some kind of good news and you're elevating in life, but you feel bad for something or someone else, I need you to understand, do not. You know why? Because finally, after all your hard work, the last 2 years, you busting your ass and all your karmic cycles and all your life lessons, at what point do you get rewarded, Aries? It's now. And does somebody else fall? Sure. But you were always having your chips down, and someone else was always having their chips up. It's now flipped. It's your turn. As long as you do right and you do no harm and you haven't done anything wrong, I don't see why you need to feel bad, even if you have to leave someone behind. Guys, if you need to go back and see my videos from last year in December or the beginning of this year, I was always telling you, you're going to elevate at some point in your life. Everyone in 2025 and 2024 were always stepping stones. They were just the here and the now. They're just part of your path. They're not your forevers. They're somewhere where you're going to elevate. And that could be that right now, right here and right now with this person. All right, let's continue. I don't mean for you to be a dick about it, but you earned it. This is what I'm trying to say. And this is you evolving. Not everyone in this world is cut out to evolve. Not everyone is going to move forward. You are. And I've been stressing this since the end of last year and the beginning of this year. You're going to evolve. You're going to move forward. You're going to move so fast. You're going to leave a lot of people behind. People you don't want to. People you think that you're building something with. That's not why they're here in your lives right now. They're here to help you elevate your life in some way, some shape, and form. Just do good. Do no harm. What is your advice right now for Aries, please? The Three of Wands, 2 threes. A lot of you could be dealing with a third-party situation. Once I have more than 1 3 in the collection of cards on the table, I'm going to say third party. Third party can be an affair. Third party could be, a third friend interjecting themselves. A third person where it's working out, where it's like at work, a team, a group. Third party nosy Nelly. You get it. Third party circumstance. But it's falling in the advice position. And it's the Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands, I need to show you the picture of the card. This is a merchant who has invested a lot of their time and their money in these ships. This is somebody, when the United States of America was first found, this merchant is from Europe and sailed the ship, left everything behind in Europe, came to America, but then said, you know what? I'm going to put all my money, all my time, all my efforts that I've invested, and I'm going to put them on other ships. And I'm going to get to the Americas first, and then I'm going to bring the rest of my ships after me. And now this person has arrived in the Americas and is waiting for his ships. This is you, all your hard work, all your efforts, all the things, your karmic lessons, the things that you've worked on in yourself, in your career, in your job, in your relationship, on your human construct. You're standing there like a merchant where you've invested, and now you're waiting for your ships to come in. In the advice position, that's what it's telling you to do. You need to fucking wait. Because they're coming. The boats are coming. They're on the horizon. So please wait. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, whatever the circumstance is calling you to do. The bottom of the deck is showing me the Page of Swords. Stalk. Keep your eyes on it. Watch. Follow what's going on. See what's happening. I'll use it in a different perspective. If a lot of you are following financial trends, or if you're following where this relationship is going with somebody, watch, wait, see what happens. Keep investing. Like a financial person, a wealthy financial person, they diversify. They put a little bit of money in here in stocks, and then they put it in savings, and they put it in bonds, and they whatever. Because if one fails, they got, two bunny holes where they've saved money. The same thing with friendships and relationships and love ships. You invest in people and time. And if it looks like it's failing, you lean somewhere else. Wait for your ships to come in. All right. Watch and follow. Outcome of the week. See, the Hermit came out. Another major arcana. Dude, I am so loving these cards. Now I'm starting to feel like at the bottom of the deck, because this has been following me throughout the whole entire reading, the Judgment. Judgment is you making a final decision on something. You pulling the trigger. You saying, okay, I'm going to start my own business. Yeah, I'm going to let this relationship go and just follow my dreams. Yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to follow my path. Yeah, I'm going to pull the trigger and go for this person. And if I get hurt, it's part of the process. It's fine. I'll get up, dust myself off, and keep moving. Your outcome, look at this. You decide to mentally disengage from whatever it is that you're doing. And you're leaving something difficult behind because you're starting to realize you don't need any toxic bullshit in your life. Stress-free is an easy life. Plus, you could see the clearing much better on making decisions in life in general. This is going to bring you your wish fulfillment, your desires. In the cross position is the Hermit card. I think a lot of you are starting to realize when you're taking time out and you're being thoughtful in your decision-making process, you're finding peace there. You're finding that it's easier for you. And your glow-up is stronger when you are quiet to make these thoughtful decisions, and you're using this decision-making process because you are now the wise old wizard. You've been through it. So you're collecting those thoughts and you're leading through the darkness on your own with your own intuition. And it's like you're guiding yourself out, realizing you don't need anybody. You could use somebody, but you don't need anybody. All right, let's start clarifying. I love it because you're following the beat to your own drum, and you're not going to feel bad about it either. All right. There are some cards in here that I'm curious to see when I clarify what they're talking about. Aries, please, first week of June, because coming out of the gate, Aries, it looks like You're starting to take small little movements towards that new you, that new future we're talking about. Those of you who are new to my channel, there is an extended reading. Extended readings are love-based, so they're based on you and the other person. So if you want more specific in love, follow on the extended readings, where this is more generalized, because I'll read you the cards, guys, and you apply them to your lives because you're smart, discerning adults, and you know where it belongs. Wheel of Fortune. And you guys are smart. And you know why Aries are smart? Because they're the most curious in the zodiac sign. So because they're curious, they ask a lot of questions. And through their questions, they have a lot of findings. And you have a very unique way of getting yourselves out of messes and troubles. You think of things in strange different ways that most people don't. Anyway, continuing. Wheel of Fortune with the Queen of Swords and the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. I don't know if a lot of you are leaving one relationship, getting into the other. If you're leaving one commitment, going to another, meaning a marriage or a relationship or a job or something that you were studying to do. And then you're just like, you know what? I ain't feeling it anymore. I don't think this is my path. I think that's my path. It's all happening for a reason, guys. Trust the universe is guiding you in the right direction. I know sometimes it sounds like a lot of mumbo jumbo, but it really, really isn't. Like, you just don't know what the future holds sometimes, in the sense that, like, you know, you're studying to do one certain thing. And it's part of that saying where we say, you make plans and God laughs. Well, the universe isn't really laughing. They're working with you. They're collaborating with you. So although you're making moves to go in a specific direction with one relationship or a person or a job and a career, they know what's going to happen in your environment in the future. So they're kind of shifting you in an uncomfortable way to prepare you for that, right? So you can prosper from that. Right? So, like, I'll give a dumb example. I'm not saying this is what's going to happen. It's just an example. Right? We have, in the United States of America, we have Trump. He's our president now. We don't know what the future holds. We don't know how the economy is going to go, what new policy might come out, what new anything might be. We don't know, right? So you might be saying to yourself, well, I'm going to be this, I'm going to be that. But then all of a sudden policy changes and your life is completely different. What are you going to do? The universe might already see that. So they're already course correcting you in that direction. I'm not being pro anything in politics. I'm just saying about your lives. Now, I'll give another example in regards to love. You might be saying to yourself, I'm investing in this person and I'm going to do everything I can and we're going to build a future and blah, blah, blah. But what if this person like spazzes out in like 2-3 years and they have a midlife crisis and they do all this crazy shit? Maybe the universe already knows that about them. So they're protecting you and they're course correcting you. It's something like that. I'm not pro or against any certain situation. I'm just trying to underline the fact that everything you do or everything that is changing, it's changing for your betterment. And that if you lean into it, it'll be easier for you. But if you push against it and you struggle, it's going to be hard, very hard. All right. And the reason I'm telling you this big ass speech is because with the Wheel of Fortune, this isn't a big deal card. It's a big deal card because that is the universe. And that is fates working on your behalf to change your life for your betterment. But you are the Queen of Swords. You're overanalyzing. You're overthinking something. And you've got the sword. You're not liking something. Now, that could be a good thing, or that could be a bad thing. And that could be happening to you because maybe you just need to cut something out of your life. And a lot of it has to do with some sort of commitment that you started placing in your world. Maybe it's time to retire it, or maybe it's time to fortify it. It's up to you, because under that, I do see the King of Cups. And under that is the King of Swords. I see a couple people. And then under that is the Ace of Wands. What are we doing here? There's two different people with two different actions. All right, let's see what the Ace of Cups is talking about. Ace of Cups, please, with the King of Pentacles and the World card, please. some of the cards are repeating themselves now. So the big speech in the first lineup was accurate. 6 of Swords. Mentally disengaging, leaving something difficult behind, letting it go. It's almost like your past. You're saying, well, wow, I've been through it. And now when I look back at it, you're just looking at the bad stuff instead of the good stuff. And now I think you're starting to believe in yourself and go into a future where you're like, it's easier. This new stuff is easier. You're leaning into it. I'm happy about that. What is this 3 of Cups, please? You lean into it, it gets easier. You fight it. What is the 3 of Cups? Seven of Wands in reverse. Oh my God, talk about letting go. Wow. And the King of Cups. You're not fighting something. You're letting go and you're being hopeful and positive with this. It's something that's like so not Aries. You're like, okay, let go, let God. I will flow. I won't fight. I won't argue. I won't resist. I'm just going to be hopeful and wish for the best when you receive this. So if this is a reconciliation, or if this is good news or a promotion, or you're going out there with a positive attitude, right? But a lot of it is tied to this person, this King of Cups, but under that is the King of Swords. So I'm curious to know what's happening here. Right now you have almost every element, so it doesn't matter what sign they are. It just talks about the type of characters they are. This is somebody emotionally mature and available and ready and willing for a relationship. This person is very fair, honest, balanced, but very cerebral, very conversational, intelligent. They don't scream the I love yous. This person does. But they're ready, willing, and able to be in a relationship. It only just needs your half of the energy. Let's continue and see what the 3 of Wands is talking about. I want to shuffle this deck. It was the Sun card. I love this. 3 of Pentacles and 2 of Swords and happiness. Okay. You, in your advice position, I know you're thinking about your happiness and what it entails. I know you're torn between 2 people, 2 jobs, 2 paths, 2 situations. You have 2 threes though. See, with the 3 of Pentacles, you did invest time and energy somewhere. But it also talks about collaborating with somebody, investing with somebody. You might be torn as whether you should stay or go in this new job or in this relationship, or which person to choose, because I am seeing 2 kings at the bottom of the deck. You are my queens, whether you're male or female or whatever your pronoun is. My kings is the incoming energy. I only do that for YouTube because you're a large audience. It's not a private reading, so that's why we do it like that. Well, at least me. So with that said, that's your advice. Your advice is keep working at something, keep investing, keep collaborating. Your happiness is right around the corner. I know you're torn. You don't know what to decide just yet. Maybe throw a text message and see how it works out, or it flies. Maybe you can read the tea leaves from that. Or if you receive a text message from somebody, maybe you can escalate it into an actual phone call. What is the 9 of Cups, the 6 of Swords, and the Hermit card? Yeah. Remember earlier I was talking about inner peace and, being lone wolf and taking that time for yourself to make that thoughtful decision or wise decision. Well, it came out with Temperance. And, it's just reiterating more of what I said earlier. When you find yourself in that position where you can temper yourself, temperance, and be calm, your inner compass is going to point you towards your true north, right? It's going to point you into the right direction, the path that you need to walk on choices and decisions that you're making in relationships or jobs or career or whatever's going on in your world. And I think that inner calm, that inner peace is already part of that Saturn we were talking about too, where it's training you and it's remapping your brain on how to make decisions in life, on how to, make yourself the ultimate powerful Aries that you are. Because in every archetype, Taurus, Pisces, Sagittarius, Capricorn, whatever you are, in the whole collective, as an archetype of the zodiac signs, we all have our positives and we all have our negatives. And in that, with each cohort, we can either operate from our positive or our negative. We can be, influencing ourselves more towards the positive or the negative or whatever. The reason I'm telling you all that stuff is because this is trying to force you to dismiss the negative and clean your archetype and make you a powerful Aries. And all those things that they say, the negative features of Aries, it's trying to dismiss that, clean and clear those away. How they're saying, you're short-tempered and you're angry and you fight. A lot of people don't know the reasons why you do those things. It's the same thing for a Taurus or a Pisces, like I said earlier, or Capricorn, whatever. The thing is, it's fixing you. It's making you more aligned with the universe and the whole entire collective as a whole. So you know how to operate efficiently with other people, situations, circumstances, relationships, co-workers, jobs, the whole nine. And this is what you're doing. You're finding your inner peace, your inner calm. You're using your wisdom. You're using your life lessons from the recent past. You're mentally disengaging, you're becoming practical, and you're saying to yourselves, I don't need this. I don't even need to argue. I don't need to fight. I don't even need to just do this to me. And you're going towards your wish fulfillment. And that's how your week ends with the 9 of Cups, which I absolutely love and adore. Now, what's going on here for Aries in regards to love? Because I am seeing a bunch of court cards, and I am seeing the sun, and I am seeing difficult choices, and I am seeing third party. Oh, yeah. Trust is here. The situation is calling for you to have trust. I think you're doing that in the middle of the week when you're being hopeful like this. And you're also, not being fighting or resisting or, very difficult. I think you are. But we're going to clarify in the extended and we'll see what else it's talking about. Forgiving and learning. As you forgive, you release and heal the past. You experience more love in your present moment. Also, that goes back to what I was telling you guys earlier, with the sun card, that analogy I gave you earlier, that, when you're happy or after you've meditated, it's easy to make decisions or it's easy to understand where you are today in a relationship. So you could just be like, okay, onward and upward, right? I forgive. I let go. I'm not going to forget, duh. But when you do this, you release space for someone else to come in, to come in the right way, to come in the correct way, and to enjoy your energy. So you're going to start pulling in like a magnet, somebody that is your soul mate, right? So we're going to clarify that in the extended and see what's going on there. I'm going to skip Oracle. I'm going to do something fun. And we're going to go back to the unicorns. They're a little abrasive. Hold your seat. What do you say, you nasty little unicorns? What you got to say to Aries that I didn't already cover or say? Okay, what I already didn't cover, say to Aries. What you got to say to Aries? I'm going to die laughing right now, I swear to God. Ask a fucking expert. Don't rely on your friends or the internet. Listen to a damn professional. I love this. That is hilarious. I'm not saying I'm a professional. I mean, I just read cards, but I like second opinions too. So you guys should do one too. All right, everybody, my beautiful souls. Love you very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Everyone else that is a member,